.3-inch groups at 50 yards, 2 cents per shot, no ammo shortages, ever. While you have been fighting over overpriced 22 LR, a $2.4 billion revolution has been happening, and most shooters have no idea. Modern Airguns are now outperforming Rimfire, where it matters most, and the data is undeniable. Let's talk about why. The Rimfire reality check. Let's talk about what is actually happening with .22 LR right now. Current prices are 5 cents per round, double what we paid a few years ago. That is when you can find it. The recurring shortages that started in 2012 and ramped up in 2020 are not going away. Here is why. 22 long rifle is non-reloadable. Every round you fire is gone forever. When demand surges, whether from new gun owners, political uncertainty, or global events, manufacturers cannot keep up. 25 million new gun owners entered the market in recent years. They all want .22 long rifle. But ammunition manufacturers have been running at full capacity for years, and they still cannot meet demand. The conflict in Ukraine affects nitrocellulose supplies. Inflation drives up component costs. Election cycles trigger panic buying. The result is a market that swings between expensive and available, and impossible to find. The manufacturing infrastructure for Rimfire has not fundamentally changed in decades. We are trying to meet 2026 demand with 1990s production capacity. The PCP revolution. Now let me introduce you to pre-charged pneumatic airguns, known as PCP. Forget everything you think you know about airguns. These are not break barrel springers. PCP airguns use pressurized air cylinders, and the results are stunning. We are talking rifles that put 5 rounds into 3/10 of an inch at 50 yards. The data. Modern PCP airguns in .22 caliber averaged 0.59-inch groups at 45 yards. Premium .22 long rifle rifles averaged 0.53 inches at 50 yards. The top PCP, the FX Impact, shot 0.41-inch groups. The best rimfire was 0.38 inches. We are talking hundredths of an inch difference. At practical distances inside 50 yards, airguns are now competitive with rimfire. Some are better. The market is booming. In 2023, pre-charged pneumatic PCP models accounted for 26% of all new product launches globally. High-end PCP sales grew 24% between 2020 and 2022. Modern PCP models feature adjustable power, digital shot counters, integrated suppressors, and ergonomics rivaling high-end rimfire. Some models cost under $300, while delivering performance that a decade ago required $2,000. The cost equation. Let's talk money. Yes, a quality pre-charged pneumatic airgun costs more up front. $300 to $500 for entry-level models, up to $2,000 for premium. You will need an air compressor. A few $100s for a budget unit, up to $1,000 for a quality compressor. Pellets cost 2 to 4 cents per round. .22 long rifle averages 5 cents per round, and premium brands hit 10 to 12 cents. During shortages, costs can double or triple. Shoot 500 rounds per month. .22 long rifle at 5 cents per round equals $300 per year. Pellets at 3 cents per round equals $180 per year. That is $120 saved every year, forever. Over 5 years, you have saved $600. That is enough to offset the compressor cost completely. And there is supply security. With an airgun and a compressor, you are not dependent on ammunition availability. No driving to 3 stores hoping for stock. No panic pricing during elections. You fill your rifle and keep shooting. Practical advantages. Beyond cost, The practical advantages are driving adoption. Noise. A pre-charged pneumatic PCP airgun is whisper quiet without any suppressor. You can shoot in your backyard in most jurisdictions without disturbing neighbors or requiring hearing protection. Try that with Rimfire. Accuracy at close range. Inside 50 yards, covering most small game hunting, pest control, and recreational shooting, modern PCP airguns meet or exceed 22 long rifle accuracy. Hunting effectiveness. Round nose pellets are devastatingly effective on small game. Hunters report clean, ethical kills on squirrels, rabbits, and pests at ranges up to 50 yards with excellent energy transfer. Regulation. In many areas, airguns face fewer restrictions than firearms. Often there are no background checks. Ownership is allowed in strict gun control areas, and airguns can be used where firearms are prohibited. Training. For new shooters, especially young people, airguns offer minimal recoil, quiet operation, and lower power levels. Ideal training platforms that translate directly to rimfire shooting. The market shift. The numbers tell the story. The global airgun market hit $2.4 billion in 2023, projected to reach $4.65 billion by 2031. That's fundamental market transformation. In 2024, 8 of the top 10 best-selling air rifles at major retailers were PCP airguns. 5 years earlier, spring piston guns dominated. The shift happened fast, and it is accelerating. North America accounts for 35% of global airgun sales, the largest regional market worldwide. Online sales grew 22% year over year in 2022. Manufacturers are responding. Major firearms companies that never touched airguns are launching PCP lines. New models with digital features, smart shot counters, and advanced fire control hit the market monthly. We are seeing big-bore .30 caliber airguns taking deer-sized game. The used market is exploding. Premium PCP airguns hold value remarkably well. Last year's models deliver 90% of current performance at 60% of the price. Where rimfire still wins. Let's be honest about where .22 long rifle still dominates. Beyond 50 yards, rimfire wins. The ballistics are not comparable. .22 long rifle delivers more energy downrange, shoots flatter, and maintains accuracy at 100 yards, where most airguns struggle. Prairie dogs at 75 yards or long-range rimfire competitions, you need actual rimfire. Terminal ballistics at distance favor .22 long rifle. Heavier projectiles retain more energy and deliver deeper penetration. For hunting at extended ranges or larger game, rimfire is the better choice. Simplicity matters. With .22 long rifle, you grab ammunition off the shelf and go. No compressor, no fill stations, no air pressure management. And there is the cultural factor. For many shooters, rimfire represents tradition and connection to shooting heritage. The crack of a .22 long rifle, the smell of gunpowder, the ritual of brass collection. These experiences have value beyond performance metrics. Here's where this is headed. We are watching market bifurcation. Serious long-range shooters and competitive shooters will continue relying on rimfire. But for the massive market of backyard plinkers, small game hunters, pest controllers, and training enthusiasts, the majority of .22 long rifle users are seeing pre-charged pneumatic airguns become the primary platform. The technology curve favors airguns. Every year they get more accurate, more powerful, and cheaper. Rimfire technology has been essentially static for decades. The physics are set. An airgun is a pressure vessel and valve, and those technologies are advancing rapidly. Manufacturing is scaling up. The pre-charged pneumatic model that cost $800 3 years ago is now $400 with better features. Youth adoption is a leading indicator. New shooters are starting with airguns at higher rates than ever. They are experiencing the benefits: low cost, quiet operation, backyard accessibility, and many choose to stay in the airgun ecosystem. That is a generational shift. The bottom line: airguns are not replacing .22 long rifle for everyone, but they are displacing rimfire for a huge segment, and that is accelerating. If your shooting is primarily backyard plinking, small game hunting inside 50 yards, pest control, or training new shooters, a modern pre-charged pneumatic airgun will do everything you need. Quieter, cheaper, and often more accurate than .22 long rifle. You will never worry about ammunition availability, never pay panic prices, and never deal with brass cleanup. The airgun market has matured. These are legitimate precision instruments delivering real performance at a fraction of the operating cost. The technology is proven. The economics are compelling. The question is not whether airguns will continue growing. The $4.65 billion projection confirms that. The question is whether you are ready to stop fighting over scarce, expensive rimfire and join the revolution that is already happening. The shooters making the switch are not looking back. They are too busy enjoying affordable, accurate, accessible shooting, while everyone else stands in line hoping the store got a shipment. The future is already here. It is just powered by compressed air. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more deep dives into shooting tech and trends. Let me know in the comments, Team Rimfire or Team Airgun? Or like most of us, are you keeping a foot in both worlds?